With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
Lay down. Kelly.
Live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app and YouTube, and it's Tech Thursday, so you know that it means the Marsha Collier joins us in studio. Marsha, you look radiant and lovely as always. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great, Mo. You know, I've heard from a couple of our listeners, from more than a couple, and people are really confused about this Microsoft 10 to Microsoft 11 change. That technically you have to October 14th to move to Windows 11. But it seems there are a bunch of people out there who really do not want to move to Windows 11, especially if they have an older computer. And, they say, well, if your computer's 2 or 3 years old, it's getting old. You should probably buy a new one. Why? I mean, Mo, what was the longest time you ever held a computer?
My Google Pixel book, actually, I think I had about 5 years. I've used computers for almost 10 years.
I do, because I don't do fancy stuff like you. I don't edit audio or edit video. Mm-hmm. So, I just use it for the basics. And as you know, I brought in that Chromebook Plus, and I'm in love with that. But the bottom line is you will stop getting any updates, which to most Windows 10 users is fine. But the problem is security updates. You're going to stop getting the security updates. And if you stop getting security updates, there is a chance that you could get a virus coming in to your computer on a Trojan by going onto the wrong website. Before I tell you a few ways you can protect yourself here, there are great programs out there, and I highly recommend Malwarebytes. I have it on all.
That's what I use.
Is that what you use?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And does it do a good job for you?
I have no problems. In other words, I haven't dealt with ransomware, my machine locking up. I had never had to worry about a keyboard logger. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds either, but yeah, it's an excellent program. And if you don't want to risk anything, I would recommend you use that as a backup to getting the extended security updates from Microsoft. Now, what is that? They've been trying to push that on people. Well, first of all, you could update your computer, even though they originally told you, oh, no, your computer can't be updated. No, I'm sorry. It's just not good enough. It really isn't. But now they say you can, and people don't want to. So what you can do, there are 3 things. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you what on the new Windows 11, it has an opening screen where you have to sign into your Microsoft account. In little tiny type at the bottom, it says that all your files are going to be uploaded to Microsoft's cloud. Now, you're given 5 gigabytes, but do you want your files up in Microsoft's cloud? How about you, Mo?
I have Microsoft OneDrive on a number of computers.
Right.
I just don't use it. I just would rather not use it.
Well, if you're on Windows 11, you're going to be using it.
No, it will be on the computer, but I'm not going to put my stuff there.
Well, what I'm going to do, Mo, is I'm going to have to come back and tell you how to switch it off, and you're going to have to go into deep settings because the new Windows 11 is set to suck it all up.
It's all that bloatware that you just can't get rid of. It makes you like look, the Edge browser, it's cute. All right, it's fine. I don't want to use it. You can't delete it.
Well, as I said, this is why I tested out that Chromebook from Acer last week. It's I'm getting fed up of being Microsoft manipulated, which we are. But anyway, so if you want for 1 year, you can still get security updates. And they're straight about there being 1 year. You can pay $30 to Microsoft and do that for a year. Or better, if you go to your Edge browser and you open up a window to your Microsoft account, all of a sudden you're going to notice all Microsoft things going on in a little quiz and a little nonsense. And you'll notice a thing that are Microsoft points. You get a Microsoft point for downloading Edge on another computer. Okay? You can get points for doing any number of things. So you get 500 points for downloading Edge. So you can do a lot of things, even doing a search. They don't call it Bing anymore, do they, Mom?
I think they do.
They do? Okay. Bing?
Yeah, I think they do. And that's something else I do not use. I mean, I'm not anti-Microsoft. I just don't like how it's forced upon me. No means no.
Well, I've been using it since forever, since 3.1. And I've never been happy, but I know it's always been a stable system that's kept me going. And that's what I appreciated. When they went to Microsoft 365, and that's another thing, all Microsoft 365 files will be going directly to the cloud, whether you have this security update or not. So I think another time as we get closer to October 14th, I'll come back and tell you, and I'll give Daniel some slides to put up to show you exactly how to reverse that, because you can reverse it, but otherwise everything is going up to the Microsoft Cloud. Okay, so you got the $30. If you have 1,000 points in your Microsoft Rewards program, which you didn't know you had, I have like 9,000. I think I discovered it early and I don't know, did a bunch of services on Bing, searches on Bing so I could build up points because gamification sucks you in, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've got plenty, and you can use 1,000 points in the rewards program to buy this year of extended security updates. Now, mind you, you're not going to get updates to the software or any new features. You're going to have exactly what you have, and whether you like it, you'll have it exactly that way. Kind of like Windows 7. I don't know how many people held on to Windows 7 forever. I just skipped right over Windows 8.
I just went with the updates. If they're offering the next operating system, I went with it. The only one I really had problem with, and we talked about it, was Vista. That was just god awful. But since then, it's like, okay, Windows 8, Windows 9, 10, 11, I usually go. Now, in recent years, I've noticed that there's been a problem with some of my software not working on the updated versions of Windows.
And that's the thing I need to tell you about. Because, for instance, I have Intuit QuickBooks on one of my Windows 10 computers. Now, I did not renew any of the QuickBooks, and I have an older version, which I transferred manually all the data to. And I air-gapped that computer, and air-gapping means it does not use Wi-Fi, and it is no longer plugged into the router. There's no need for me to have that computer do anything but QuickBooks, and that's what it does. I handle my business. And
do you use like a jump drive to get data off it and transfer it?
No. Where do I have to transfer? I mean,
I don't know the files that you use, like QuickBooks.
Okay, yeah. If I'm emailing them to the CPA
Correct,
or something like that, yes, I will take a flash drive and do that. So that's easy. I've taken care of that computer. That's not going to get a Windows 10 virus. I'm not going to cover it under the thing or anything else. And also, if you agree, because remember the syncing to OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, comes with Windows 11. If you agree in Windows 10 to use Microsoft OneDrive and back up everything, you can get the free 1-year security updates. And just so you know, and this answers the questions, how do you find the security updates? You go to updates, you go into the little search box in the navigator window at the bottom, and you search updates, go to updates and security, then Windows updates. There you should see a header that says something about Windows 10 support is ending October 14th, 2025. Blah, 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 blah. Underneath is a link to enroll in the ESU program, Extended Security Updates. And a box will pop up with further instructions. And again, it's really easy to put 1,000 points in your Microsoft Rewards account. Trust me. Just open up Microsoft Edge and read their propaganda, and it's easy to do.
We got to go to break, but when we come back, what do you want to hit on next?
Well, I think, if you have any more questions about Windows, if not,
I got complaints. I don't know about questions.
Well, I can handle your complaints, but
we'll see about that.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about something from Apple.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they come out with some skinny iPhone stuff?
Oh, please.
We just made half the studio mad. Maybe 2/3 of the studio. Look at that Mark Ronner and that judgmental look.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly, Marsha Collier. We're both live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Let's continue with Tech Thursday. And Marsha, you said you were going to handle some of my questions/complaints regarding Microsoft. Look, I make it very clear that I'm brand loyal and I am part of the Google ecosystem. I like having a phone and my desktop experience it's universal and it's consistent wherever I go. I can log into the Google browser. It has all my bookmarks. It looks like I'm on my computer at home. I like that, but I have to balance that with using Windows machines, which means that I have the software integration issue. And I can't get everything that I want and use in a Windows world on Google/OS.
Well, again, that's the same problem that's going to happen with the change from Microsoft 10 to 11, is a lot of software may not work with Windows 11.
So you're saying I should just go ahead and trash this Windows laptop that's right in front of you right now?
I honestly love my Windows computers. I really enjoy them. I know what to expect from them. They're stable. I'm going to get the updates for those because I can't. It said in the beginning, this computer cannot be updated. Of course, it came back recently and said, oh, yes, we can update this. And then I said, and I'll have to buy all new software. No, thank you.
Here's the thing, or one of the things. If you still work in a corporate environment, there's a 99.9% chance, unless you're working in marketing or graphic design, that it's going to be a Windows corporate environment. And a lot of us, and I know people are listening right now who have Microsoft Outlook on their desktop computer, and they need to be able to have that at home.
You can. You absolutely can. You can subscribe to Microsoft 365 and use that on I had a Chromebook Plus. It came with the instructions. I could do that.
I usually log in through the web browser. There's a way that you can do it, but it doesn't function the exact same way as the actual desktop application.
No, it doesn't. Nothing is exactly the same with a Chromebook. And you probably have more than one computer.
About 8, but sure, yeah.
Yes, me too, right?
For various and sundry reasons.
Bring them all in, bring all our phones one day. But the point is, you have the different computers. You can use one for one thing. One of them I use I have an old phone. I use this old phone with my financial apps. And I use a VPN, and that phone never leaves the house. If I need to do something on a financial app, it's on that phone. It's in that, not one of my banking or anything like that is on my regular phone. I use another one for smart home, turning on lights, air conditioning. We're not even going to talk how I all of a sudden, Google Nest last night decided to change my house to natural cooling. Natural cooling. I opened the window. That's natural cooling. And then the air conditioner goes off because I got the window open. I don't know how it knew, but I got up and said, no.
We have to have a conversation. And today can't be it, but we have to have a conversation about Google Nest because I have some issues with that as well because we have that at home.
Oh, I think we should do that, Mo. I really do.
As much as I love Google Nest is problematic.
But we always have... You always get hurt by the ones you love.
And it's like, Google, what have I done to you other than support you and shout you out and purchase your phones and use your Chromebooks?
But you see, the thing is, the reason I broke up with Apple was because
you broke up with Apple. Wait a minute, you were dating Apple while you were married to this man sitting next to you?
No, this was a long time ago, and I loved my iPod.
That's what they always say.
I carried my iPod everywhere. I had one of those chains I wore it around my neck when I went on a plane. I had that iPod. I had all the music that I'd stolen from Napster.
You are really dating yourself. And I remember because I was the same way.
Right? And you'd stay up all night. Oh, you're just this one more.
I would download movies overnight on Napster.
Wait a minute. Beethoven's Fifth. I should have that. I mean, I just went crazy. But the point is, one day they decided to change things, and they substituted all of their stuff for stuff that I had. And I had some live recordings. I had some special stuff. And it friggin' disappeared because I trusted. And I didn't have a backup. So, because it went to your computer and sucked it right off there, too. Yeah,
that happened to me a couple times. And I'm trying to balance this before we go to break. Trying to balance the benefits of the cloud and also the benefits of having a hard drive.
I have 2, 3, 4 hard drives. They go on sale. Well, we've got a holiday coming up really soon. Mm-hmm. There will be a sale under $100, maybe even $60. You can get a terabyte hard drive, and don't get a SSD. We'll talk about that if you want next week.
Wait a minute. I got to know that right now. I just bought one.
SSDs tend to have a time limit, so many cycles. I can look it up for you.
In other words, they wear out and fail.
Yeah, they do.
Everything sucks.
But see, that's why we have our tech maven guru, Marsha Collier, to give us great insight and advice.
To help you make it from the times when your tech just sucks.
Sounds like a commercial tagline.
MarshaCollier.com. Find my Android book on Amazon.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Mo.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we'll be joined on the line by Derek Hough, the new host of Extra.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. 4-time Emmy Award winner, New York Times bestselling author, and Dancing with the Stars judge Derek Hough is now host of the syndicated entertainment news magazine Extra. Extra is the second longest running entertainment news magazine in syndication. It has covered more than 14,000 red carpets with over 80,000 celebrity interviews. Derek Hough joins me now on the show. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And by the way, it's amazing to hear just the history of Extra. It's extraordinary.
I don't mean to scare you, but this is a big deal. I mean, hosting Extra and its legacy and entertainment are nothing to minimize. But I do have a general question to start. Since you have been in entertainment for so long, how would you characterize the evolution of how we cover entertainment celebrities now that it incorporates reality television stars, now that it incorporates social media influencers? How would you characterize the evolution?
Well, I think that the evolution is like what you just said. Is I think it's multimedia, right? So I think that the show, it never stops, right? It's the social media, it's the entertainment, it's the it needs to continue to evolve. And I know for me, I feel like even when I'm on Dance with the Stars, whatever it might be, the show is of course the hero moment, but the show never ends. You're looking at social media, you're getting updates, you're still bringing some entertainment, some fun, some joy, some breaking news. So it's a 24/7, 24/7 job. And I think that's this day and age. It's more than ever.
Philosophical question. Why would you say that we, as in the general public, are still so entranced by celebrities in their lives? We have social media. We know what they're eating. We know what they're doing, or at least what they're presenting when they're eating or when they're going on vacation. It's not like we have less access. We have more access than ever before. Why do you think we're so enthralled?
It's interesting, actually, because I feel like even the word celebrity, it's interesting. I feel like it's not really just about the celebrity aspect of it. It's really the accessibility. I think that goes across the board. I think, when we see somebody like a movie star, like a Tom Cruise, right? Or like a Brad Pitt or whoever these amazing people are. I think we see the work ethic, we see the creation, and we see somebody doing something that you're like, wow, that's really impressive. But on the flip side, you have like, reality stars, and you have, like you said, influencers. That's not so much about celebrity, but more about, accessibility. And I feel like they're all now equally, if not more important now, and not just important, but also, I know a lot of people, at least especially on Dancing with the Stars, where people are getting more starstruck by, an influencer or a reality star, then they might not even know who Tom Cruise is. Times are sort of evolving, and they're growing, and so I think it's important to grow and evolve with the times.
You mentioned the word starstruck, and I want to follow up behind that. I know after all these years of working in entertainment, there probably are still people that you are giddy to dialogue with, and so that's my question. You've had Emmys, Mirrorball trophies, hobnobbing with celebrities for decades. Is there anyone that you'd still like to meet or makes you nervous when thinking about the prospect of interviewing him or her?
I mean, I've already experienced that. My very first interview was with Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, and I was like, "Oh, okay, we're starting small," and I'm pretty much blacked out during that interview because at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan, and it was really wonderful. But I think next week I'm interviewing Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Emily Blunt, and so there's some really great names, some great people I've already sort of worked with: Scarlett Johansson, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston this past week. So, and these are some names that are on my list, and that's all pretty much happening this first week. And of course, the Emmy Awards are coming up this weekend, and that's going to be, a first for me. I've been in Emmy Awards many, many times, but not in this capacity. So I'm looking forward to this new perspective.
Have you given any thought to what your particular style or interview technique is going to be? Because Extra is Extra, but Derek Hough, I think, can bring something extra to Extra, if you don't mind. Have you thought about how you want to put your stamp or imprint on Extra?
I think I just want to be myself. As cheesy and corny as that sounds, I think that, it's about connecting, right? It's about connection and creating moments. And, so for me, I know for me, I'm at my best when I'm just being who I am. I think I'm definitely learning certain things about, the cadence and moving a conversation along. Like those are skills, and these are muscles that I'm looking forward to exercising and developing more and more. But at the end of the day, it's just about connection. And when I'm working with, coaching people and dancing and on the show or wherever I'm doing, whenever I'm just who I am, those are always, you feel like the most organic and authentic moments that are the best.
In my preparation for this conversation with you, Derek Hough, I was looking at some of your other interviews, and what I appreciated was your honesty and vulnerability. What I mean by that is I read somewhere that one of your concerns is the quote unquote awkward interview, how an interview may go left. And I've been doing this a long time, and I know what that's like, and I know what that feels like, and no one wants that. But what I appreciate is you have thought about this in advance. You care about the job. You care about this profession. My question is, have you thought about being an interviewer or a celebrity host long before this moment? It seems like you have.
It wasn't at the forefront of my mind, but when I would go do certain shows, I kind of would be looking around being like, I feel like I might want to do this one day, when the time is right. And when I feel like I'm at that time, so yeah, it's been on the, my periphery, if you will. Mm-hmm. But again, I have so much admiration and so much respect for this role, because it's a skill, and I'm looking forward to continuing to develop that.
What do you enjoy most? Is it still getting out on the dance floor? Is it instructing someone who's on the dance floor? Is it just talking to someone new that you've never talked to before? What is it that you enjoy most at this stage in your career?
This stage of my career, I think it's that adrenaline, it's that adrenaline of stepping out on stage, going on tour. It's that adrenaline going into an interview, where anything can happen. It's that unknown. It's that mystery. It's exciting, but also too, for me, the one thing I'm most excited about right now, if I'm completely honest, is being a new dad. I have my first child on the way, and that I just can't wait. I can't wait for this moment. So it's a lot of exciting things happening right now.
Let me just say congratulations all around. Derek Hough is the new host of the world famous syndicated entertainment news magazine Extra. Be sure to look out for him, not only at the Emmys, but also all of his forthcoming interviews like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jennifer Aniston and more. Derek Hough, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. I wish you nothing but success and good luck.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and YouTube.
KFI remembers.
Remember the almost 3,000 wonderful souls that lost their lives.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.